Hola, hola, mi amigo. We got a trade this morning, but yeah, man's not waking up at 3 in the morning to take a trade. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and rather let those ones go, bro.
Yeah, we got premium members in here, so we can quickly go through entry with them. The one that was produced this morning at like fucking 3 o'clock. We got our break, got a low here. We use this range. How many pips? Ew, 6.5 pips. Fuck. This would have been a beautiful trade, man. Would have been a beautiful fucking trade. Yeah, I think we would have been break even now in this trade. No, not yet. I would have probably put a break even there. Oh, where? Okay, so it looks like we've been given a beautiful position during sleeping time. So, since we don't trade at half 3 in the morning, we now wait. We now wait. We see this supply has been respected, so now we're most likely going to see a break of the structure down here.
There is a good chance, though, that price will come to fetch those highs because it was created during Asian session. So that's also a possibility.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to probably get a reaction from here, from this area here. I think we're going to come back down to this area and then shoot up to this order block to come and collect this imbalance line here to the left.
Yeah, there's a significant imbalance there.
Yeah,
It
there's a
looks
lot.
juicy.
So I think price is, as I predicted yesterday, price will come up to the supply. I'll be looking for longs from this demand into this supply up here. And that supply is, can you know? 78 pips. So yeah, it should give us a good entry. What does it look like on the 4 hour? Yeah, I would most likely use the supply. It looks good. Oh, this demand, sorry. This 4 hour demand. So I'm expecting price to react from this 4 hour demand. I'll just use a 4 hour, the whole 4 hour candle. Or would you use the inside bar, Ethan? Ethanos.
Yeah,
If anyone's close to Ethan, I think he's having a heart attack. Can you go check on him for me, please?
can you, can you hear me, dude?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Um, I just use the doji, dude.
Yeah, same, bro. Just use the Doge. Okay, yeah, so once we get a reaction from this zone here, well, once we reach this zone here, I'm all in for buys. If we had to see, there's probably a nice, yeah, nice range created 15 demand as well. So we should see some sort of nice reaction. But I might, guys, I'll be honest, I might miss a few trades today. I'm busy. I've got to take my dog to the hospital. I've got to go to the dentist. There's a whole bunch of things I need to do. But I'll try to be active. I'll be on my phone. I'll send screenshots into the premium members group and try not miss anything because some juicy shit is setting up today, and I don't want to miss it. But you guys know exactly what to do. You guys know exactly what to do. Use my levels and look for my entry models. You premium members, you've got the PDF, you've got the guide right in front of you. So once price reaches our point of interest, you'll know exactly what to do. Boom, pull back, boom, and we moving. And we are moving. Okay, so that's Euro USD. It's looking juicy for a nice setup. Now, if I got into the sell position, I would have hedged that position with the buy without closing it. So I would have had this sell open, and if it produces a buy here, I would have left this buy open as well. So I would have had both positions running. so that if it does want to go long, it doesn't take me out at break even and I've got nothing going. At least I'll have a long position running. If it does not want to give me long positions, at least my short will still be printing me money if it takes up my long. So I'll take every opportunity given to me and hedge my positions, because you never know what price is going to do. It might just go against you, and if you're not in that trade that's going against you, you're losing out. But I'm not in the sell, and what is that? Oh, is that the big line? Yeah, I'm not in the sell at the moment because it was produced during non-trading times. But that is my movement for Euro USD. This 4-hour demand is looking juicy. I will trade it. GBP USD on the 4-hour, most likely seeing a very similar schematic. We've got this. Yo, this weekly demand is big, huh? We got a 4-hour chalk here. Got a flip of a supply. So she's looking solid. He's going red now. I'm changing my colors up, guys. A little bit. He's got grey. Yeah. If I was looking for longs here, this doji down here looks pretty good, because we've had our 4-hour change of character. Now we're looking for longs to take out these highs that will be created here. So I'll be looking for longs out of this zone here, this demand on GU. GBP JPY. Yo, what have I been telling you guys about this fucking demand sitting down here? I've been waiting for price to tap into this thing for so long, and look at the reaction we've got. Price tapped in and moved. Yeah, 230 pips. But what are we reacting off of now? Okay, we've taken all this liquidity. Let's see, what's the precursor to know this is about to happen? This supply here was flipped. Boop. We got a huge violation of the supply, reaction of this demand, and we're cruising. And there's so much liquidity above this demand, so much, and we got a very valid reaction. GJ, is she looking good? GJ is going to supply up here. So yeah, we heading up there on GJ. 164. And then I think he's coming from there down here. Because there's also plenty of inducement. If you go on the daily, you'll see there's an inducement above this daily order block. So you see the inducement that was created on the 4-hour, it's created that same schematic on the daily. So it's probably going to take this daily liquidity here as well. But we'll see. If this daily demand flips, then we're looking for longs. This is a daily. So this daily, lots of wicks. Yeah, so I would be looking for shorts from this supply on GJ, this supply up here. Shorts will come into play from here. IMO into this. Bitcoin, guys, yeah, I'm going to run through this relatively quickly because I need to get my dog ready for the hospital. Morning, Jacques. I just checked your message now. How are you doing, my brother? I hope you're doing well. Bitcoin. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin. I'm still expecting a break of this low. Might see a reaction from the supply up here. That is on the 4, on that, that's on the daily. This is on the 4 hour here. A big ass wick on the 4 hour. Ethereum. Okay, we got this high up here. Yeah, I think we could see Ethereum react from this order block here and move down. Luna. Luna. Okay, so yeah, Luna's doing quite well at the moment. I wouldn't expect it to break the structure. So I would probably look at scaling at about 22, 00022. That would be my ideal scaling in position. So we then set an alert when price reaches there. Buy Luna. Price drops from there. Next buy point would be here. 1.6. Price smashes that. Buy here. 1.4. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm still in my Luna buys. My target for Luna is profit level 30 cents, 30 American cents, 5 rand. So that's like way up. Way up. Okay. USD ZAR. Okay, this liquidity has been taken. Out over here. From these highs. Put like so. For our buy to sell here, see if you get a reaction from that demand there. Then we got this 4 hour demand here as well to look for buys from. 17 rand and at 16 rand 52. You can probably look for buyers. Nasdaq, what is Nasdaq doing? Still playing about. Did not take out our swing high. Swing high is still intact. Messi. Okay, so Clonny, I see your message. Sorry, I'm a bit snotty this morning, guys. So Clonny said, so the dollar is strong and yet the economy is in shambles. Maybe someone here has a clue as to what is happening. Please explain that, anyone. I'll take a stab at it. The world is pretty much fucked. That's what's going on. There's so much wrong with this planet right now. The biggest issues at the moment is just so guys, the inflation for the last inflation release was 9%. It's not 9%, it's the real inflation is 17%. And all of this, like all of these news releases that aren't correct, like Clonny, go watch the movie The Big Short. That's exactly what's going on right now. Exactly. That'll explain your questions throughout and you'll have a good time watching the movie as well. Basically the world's just fucked right now and the world is trying to hide it. And that's why the dollar is boosting. I mean, 80% of every dollar ever printed in the history of time has been printed in the last like 2 years. 80% of it. Man, that should mean the dollar should be eating shit hard, but it's not. And that's exactly the movie. The Big Short, exactly the same. Exactly what's happening in our world right now. That was the housing crisis, but this has got to do with everything. It's got to do with a lot. Mostly inflation. Inflation's a
Yeah, there's nothing behind the dollar anymore. There's no more. It's not. There's no value behind it anymore. It's just fake created value, and the bubble's gonna pop. It's gonna be a big problem.
Yeah,
So.
guys, the world's in a huge bubble right now. So, let me show you guys something. Let's go onto the YouTube here. Are you guys on my YouTube? Can you see what's happening on the screen? No. I'm going to share a different screen with you. Here. You guys can see my YouTube here, yeah? Yes, Ethan?
Yeah, well.
Okay, so I want you guys to search for this video. It's Ray Dalio dealing with the changing world order. It's a 43-minute video. It is the best. This video will tell you exactly what's going on in the world right now. It'll explain from the history of time why empires rise, why empires fall, what has happened. There's a common denominator. Every single empire that has fallen from the Aztecs to the Romans, the Dutch Empire, the British Empire, the Chinese Empire, all the empires that have ever existed have fallen for one reason. It's money. Money, economy, what's happening right now. See, what used to happen is the gold used to be exchanged for dollars, and it used to be tied. And at the moment, the only currency tied to gold is the Russian ruble. Because gold, you can't go exchange your dollars for gold anymore. Guys, go watch this video. Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order by Ray Dalio. It'll give you a very good understanding of what's happening in the world right now. It is good. Good. And back to the charts. Are we on the charts here? No, we're not. Give me a second. So yeah, guys, I highly suggest you guys go and watch that video. It is brilliant. It'll explain exactly what's going on in the world today. Yeah? So yeah, The Big Short, watch that, and Principles of Dealing with the Changing World Order. You'll feel a lot better you'll understand what's going on, and you'll be like, okay, you'll get some urgency in your life to make money very quickly. Let's look at gold. Gold. So we have reacted off this demand down here, this big demand that's sitting, this big sponsor candle. We have violated this supply. We did get a reaction, so we could treat this as a flip, but I'd like to see a break a bit higher, because we still that could just be a liquidity grab, you know. It's not respecting anything yet. If we do see price go higher on gold, we could get a reaction probably from here, about 1740 or so. Reason I say that is because we got all this liquidity sitting right under here. Price wants to fetch this liquidity, and what this is doing here, most likely this wick, this is going to be inducement, forcing sellers to go short here when price actually wants to collect these stop losses. So what price is doing by throwing a wick out here is it's fooling people into putting more stop losses in this area, so that when price collects these stop losses, it collects these ones too. Bang, take these stop losses out, and then it'll make its move further. So that's what banks generally like to do. Here's trendline liquidity, and here we've got inducement. So we'll see how price reacts to that, but I'll be looking for shorts on gold if I was trading gold from about 1740. What else? USD JPY. I know people love the UJ. Oh, 1 times bullish candle, bro. Okay, so let's see. Hey, Mr. Cameron, welcome, Mr. Cameron. Geez, guys. USD JPY just buys, eh? just buys. Got a boss here. We'll be looking at this 4-hour sponsor candle for buys. Because there's so much momentum, look, there's no pullbacks. So you're trading off candles that are close by. So yeah, USD JPY, I'll be looking for longs from und here. It looks, the price action looks quite smooth price action, but it don't really give you many entries though. But price moves beautifully on this pair. Let's go through NZD USD quick. Guys, who's gonna watch that movie today? Well, not today, over the weekend, whenever. The Big Short and the Ray Dalio. I want to hear your guys' thoughts about this. Yeah, NZD USD. Yeah, so we have chalked here on NZD USD. We have reacted to this demand. We honestly might get a retracement, maybe a bit deeper into demand, maybe a little bit lower, like into halfway, and then it may cruise.
Shawnee, dude, the Ray Dalio is actually a whole book, but dude, that video in general, it changes your entire outlook on what's happening. Yeah. But basically what's happening in the world right now has happened over and over and over and over and over in history. Like, it kind of makes you feel a little bit better, but also, like, it feels like things are also getting worse and worse and worse, but that's what happens in history always.
Yeah, bro, me and my girlfriend had a conversation the other day, and I got, like, quite deeply into it, and I got emotional, bro. I started crying, bro. Not like fucking welting like a baby, but I had some tears in my eyes. I'm like, this world is going to a place where no one's ever seen it before within the next 10 years, and it's fucking scary, bro. The world as we know it is going to change, bro. Everything is going to change. Nothing will be the same ever again.
Yeah, money, and when there's big conflict, it's the way it's looking like there is going to be a third world war.
100%.
And that's just
the thing is, look at all the big wars in the world. When did those wars come across? They came after huge, massive recessions. War is the biggest money maker in the world. So after a recession, you generally get a war, and from that big war, you'll get a new power. And the new power is going to be, I think, my personal opinion, just from watching the news and what's happening in the world, I think Russia and China are going to join forces and fuck everything up. I think they're going to take over the whole world. In the next 5 years, the Russian ruble or the Chinese yuan is going to be the world trade currency. It's not going to be GBP to USD or NZD USD. No, it's going to be USD yuan, whatever it's going to be called. The base currency of the world is going to change, and in order for that to happen, a war has to come. And we've seen all the precursors. Putin's been preparing. He's not just taking Ukraine because he wants Ukraine. Man, Putin's preparing for something big. He's got a plan. He's not stupid. I can't say that on here. There's too many people watching. But Putin's he's got a plan, bro. He's got a plan. He's not a stupid man.
Yeah, China's got very much plans. There's this. Yeah, I would say it's gonna mainly be China. The thing is, they've literally been buying up the entire world quietly. Like, they've literally been quietly, taking over the world, bro.
Do you guys know how China works in terms of taking over? So South Africa, for example, Bro, we
Yes,
can't pay
yeah.
China our debts, my friend. We are so indebted to China, it is stupid. And you know what
But
China
they've been
does?
doing that.
China pulls
Yeah,
in, tunes Ramaphosa, you owe us $200 billion. We are taking your ports. There, every single fucking harbor in South Africa now belongs to China, bro. They did that to Korea. Korea's ports are owned by China because Korea couldn't pay their debts to China. China now owns Korea's ports. You know what happens when you own the ports to a country? You own the country. You control everything that comes into that country. You own the country. China's also busy with a. I haven't done much research on it lately, but they're building their new capital city in South Africa.
yeah.
No,
No, I've
Durban
heard.
Harbour. No, I didn't say it's owned by fucking China, Kazi. I tuned. If we cannot pay our debts, China will take every harbour in the country. We at the moment, China basically owns. Well, they own a bit, but they don't own much. But if we cannot pay our debts to China, they will take our ports, bro. 100%. They did it to South Korea, and they've done it to a few other Asian countries. So yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen. China's gonna take over the world. China and Russia. We're just having a fat chat here about wars and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Sri Lanka as well. Yeah. So that's what China does. That's how China takes over the world. They do it very silently and very sly. So if you don't pay your debt, here comes a letter. We now own your ports. There's nothing you can do. They'll send their warships in if you have anything to say about it. And cheers, thanks. The ports are now ours.
But
Um,
you also need to understand that most people don't have any freaking clue what's happening in China because everything is censored. There's no. That's the scariest
guys,
part. Is that
do you guys know that China has no power? Because
yeah,
China refused coal imports. China gets most of their coal from Australia, and because Australian Prime Minister said something shitty about China's about the coronavirus outbreak, sort of basically blaming China. China has now said no more coal comes into this port from Australia. 70% of China's coal, or of their 70% of China's electricity is produced by coal. 80% of that coal comes from Australia. China now don't have power. China's only producing like 8% of what they used to produce like 3 years ago. That's why things are going up and up and up, and there's supply chain issues. They can't get this, you can't get this. That's a huge issue right now. Everything is going to go up. So be careful in the markets. Um, Everybody that has recently just started trading, you have chosen a very difficult time to start trading, but we will guide you through it. Like, a lot of stuff happening in history or in the world that's happening right now that's going to be in history books one day. Like, yeah, the 2008 bubble. Hey, Baba, that was only a housing bubble crash. That was only a housing. I mean, like at the moment, we are experiencing fraud worldwide in terms of stats. Like things that are released in the news, not true. Like the figures that are released are off by 5, 6, 7, 9%, and when that starts happening, it's a precursor to something very bad that's going to go down. Do we even have China pays in here? Yo, GBP JPY is motoring here, guys. It's just before, yeah. So we had a little chat this morning. Also, I'll send a link to the group for you guys to go watch the issue with the China fuel crisis, with the energy crisis. Yeah, it's bad. Australia's basically put China out of commission. The factories are only running like 2-3 hours a day, type of vibe. So I'll send that in the links. Where we'll put it? I'll put it in the general banter for you guys. You guys can check it out. And just see what's happening in our world, because I think it's quite good to understand what's happening in the back of the charts as well. You know, it's not just this that's playing it. There's so much news in the background that you need to be aware of. And China, China big players. China are huge players right now. Things have been quiet about Russia, but watch out. Putin's not dumb. He's He's got a plan. Putin's gonna run the world, I'm telling you. Even if Putin doesn't put his face in it and say, I'm running the world, he'll pull strings. He will tell China what to do with the world. Because, as I said, their only currency at the moment backed by gold is the Russian ruble. It's the safest currency to buy. Because America's literally just printing bucks. Printing money, bro. Like a printing station. So yeah, that's one thing we need to be concerned about. It's just China taking over everything. I don't have. I'll actually not. I'll ask our, what do you call them? Our news guys, our news specialists, Rowan and who's that new guy? I forgot his name. I feel so bad. We'll get him. Let me look quickly. We have got Mr. what? Bring me your source. Mr. Markets. Thank you, brother. We'll ask them to send us a little explanation as to what's going on in the world right now in terms of news, so that we better get a better understanding of what's going on in the news. And go watch those videos on YouTube. Those things will help you big time. But as for Euro USD, guys, the only position I'll be looking at for today is from this doji supply here. This Apollo 13 candle. This one here. And let's see what happens from that candle. Looking for longs. You guys, I do need to run. I need to take my baby girl to the hospital. Not my daughter, my dog. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys a bit later. I'm going to try and make fast and be in the chart so I can update you guys. But I will be looking for longs from here. And this might be some inducement created above this demand. So let's see. Anyway, guys, I have got to love and leave you. I will speak to you guys in the premium and in the general banter. I'll just try catch up with everybody today. I've been out of it for a while, just been busy. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I'll speak to you guys a bit later. Anything else you want to add, Ethan boy?
Nah, I'm all good, bro. Good luck with the papa.
Shot, brother. Thank you very much. Guys, have a beautiful day and we'll catch up soon, yeah? Peace and love, gents. Peace and love.
Cheers, guys.
Hey, no. Poo. They will. Na 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 na.